Good morning, this is TJ from Fat Boy's Garden with an update on my April 2016 garden. As you can see, got my tomatoes in the ground over here. Turned my herb garden into a different kind of a garden this year. So I've got some tomatoes in there. I'm going to put a couple eggplants in there and put some herbs in there, but I'm going to leave the herbs in pots. And I'm going to see how that's going to work out for me this year. And looks like over here is where I still got some stuff I got to transplant. Planted some watermelon. It looks like only one came up out of that entire tray. And looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 of of my Brandywine tomatoes germinated. And that's some squash and some eggplant that I'm going to probably put over there in that herb garden. Over here is my peppers. Now these peppers are really doing well. Kind of had a mix up at the at Growers Outlet, so I don't know what kind of peppers they are. They're either sweet peppers or hot peppers, but they're gonna grow and we'll figure it out when they grow. And then over here are some more hot peppers that I bought. Some habaneros, some sweet peppers as well. Cayenne is in there, habaneros in there, serrano is in there. So those are just waiting for it to get hot so they can take off. And this is my mystery here. I don't have any clue what that is. It looks like a collard green, because if you look at the stem, it has a collard green stem on it. But when I bought them, they said that they were cauliflower. So I don't know what that is. And then over here is my Swiss chard. I planted some beans over here, so I'm just waiting on those to germinate. And here's some more seeds that I planted. I got some broccoli that I planted there, and there's some collard greens that I planted. And back there is some kale. And right here is cucumber, but look at there. Only 2 cucumbers came up, so I'm gonna have to buy some cucumber because it's too late to try to replant from seed. And then over here are some sweet peas that I planted, and they are really doing well. They are really taking off, and we're gonna have some sweet peas here soon. That's the first batch that I planted there, and as you can see, those are just growing like crazy. And I just kept replanting and replanting and replanting, trying to fill up those buckets with some sweet peas. Over here is my potatoes. The potatoes are just really doing well. And right here are some carrots. Looks like I might finally get some carrots this year. So we're going to see how those do. Now I'm keeping this little tray over the top of them to keep the squirrels from going in there and digging them up. And then here's some beans that I bought. Some wax beans. And looks like it's starting to get some beans on it. They're young beans, but they're growing. And I've been real nervous about them. I didn't know if those things were going to grow or not. Because as you can see, I started out with 11 and I'm down to... I've lost 4 plants. I've lost 4 plants, so I'm not sure what's going to happen here. And then over here again, same thing. I bought what I thought was broccoli, and I'm not sure what that is. Might be collard greens. I don't know, but I'm going to pick them and I'm going to eat them like they collard greens today. And then stuck in there is some Russian kale. We've gotten a couple of harvests from that. And let's go over here and take a look up the hill. Let's go see what we got going on up the hill up here. Don't mind my grass. I know I got to cut my grass. So I'm going to cut my grass today. It rained on Friday, so the ground's still kind of wet. So I'm going to get out here today and cut my grass. And we going on up this hill up here. And here's some cabbage that I planted last year. And I'm finally getting one head there, 2, 3, got about 4 heads from October of last year. And that's 45-day cabbage, mind you. And this is an experiment that I'm trying. I bought some tomato plants that I'm gonna try to grow up here. I got them at the growers outlet. I only paid $1 for them, so if they don't work, I've got $1 invested in them. And then over here is some squash that I planted. And once I transplanted that, oh my God, that squash took off. And this squash I planted from seed. So I did something right with the squash. Back here, I'm still getting ready for my tomatoes. Those are all of my tomato buckets. So when I decide if I'm gonna grow from seed or go ahead on and buy some, I got my tomato buckets are all ready to go. I tried a new dirt mixture. I'm gonna see how that works out. And this has been my savior. This tiller has truly been my savior. It's done a great job of turning this dirt for me. And over here I've been throwing some stuff that I done pulled from the garden, using it as a compost pile. But I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna plant in there. I'm probably gonna plant some watermelon in there and some, I'm thinking watermelon and cantaloupe. And yesterday I spent the day getting all of these buckets turned. So over here, every one of these buckets are gonna have something in them today. Here's my overflow back there, don't mind you. But that's my all my overflow. I decided to organize my garden a little bit better this year. So I've got all those extra buckets back there. So as these buckets start to dry rot, I've got plenty of extras. Or I've got 3 extra pallets where I can put some more plants. So that's gonna do it for my full garden here. Looks like the spiders have had a party up here, because there's spider webs everywhere up here. Everywhere up here. So that's gonna do it for now. This is TJ, Fat Boy's Garden. Happy gardening.